Where do I begin? How do I begin? How do I say what I want to say without sounding crazy, weird? I already told some people at work how I'm feeling about this book, and she was, the whole time, she was going like this, like her head was turning more and more. Like, what? Like, she just really didn't understand what I was saying. And I tried to explain it to my mum, and again, she had like the opposite reaction to me. So until you read this book, you're not going to understand either. But I'm here to talk about it, because maybe, just maybe, there'll be some type of positivity that comes from this video. Mommy don't know that it's getting hot at the body shop, doing something unholy. And actually, we need to stop calling it unholy now, because after this book, there's no such thing as unholy. Is this plant touching my hair again? Are you going to be doing that today? Oh my god. Okay, so then I have butterflies in my stomach right now because I'm about to talk about this, and I have a butterfly as if I have a boyfriend, because I'm about to talk about this, and I'm a bit embarrassed, and I'm embarrassed because I'm not a boy. And so then here I am talking about boy stuff. I was extremely overwhelmed. I think I calmed down a little bit now because I'm near the end of this book now. I was very overwhelmed. I went down a rabbit hole, and I think I'm still down a rabbit hole, but I need to come out of the rabbit hole, and I think that's why I'm doing this video. I need to come out of the rabbit hole. I need to make sense of my feelings, and I need to get back to my feminine reality, because I'm not a man, and I'm going to explain to you what I'm talking about. Honestly, my friends know my history. They know my life and stuff, yeah. And when I say friends, I meant my ex-friends, because I don't have friends anymore. But they would be so shocked to hear what I'm going to say about this book because I've had problems in my life before, and they just all just dissipated into the air. They no longer exist inside of me. Other issues now exist inside of me, and I didn't even mean to come back so soon, because like I'm not even recording like that anymore, like for this channel, because obviously nobody listens to me. So I'm just like, I'm not recording anymore. But I did the video last week, and I said I was about to start this book, and here I am, nearly finished it, and I'm back. Talk about it, because damn it, this book is hot. It's hot, and it's attractive, and it's hot. And yeah, so the rabbit hole that I'm talking about is the fact that I'm just like extremely jealous, and that I don't have a penis, so I'm a bit upset about that. I'm not an abandoner, and I'm not a quitter, so then I can't quit on my female body. And so then there's this part of me that knows that I'm gonna get out of this rabbit hole, because there's no way I'm quitting on my femininity. But there's this thing inside of me that is extremely like, why couldn't I be a man with a penis? Because I would be gay if I was a man with a penis. Not that I want every man to be gay, because then I'm not gonna have any for me, and I want them for me. And like, can like all of the pretty ones, like, can you stop? Actually, is that even rude? But I wish that the pretty ones were not gay too, because most of the pretty boys, they are gay. I think it's because I'm a sexual person, yeah, that I'm reacting this way. Because what it is, yeah, is that I had a past, and I haven't really spoken about it clearly, because I think it's not my place to speak about it, and it really affected me. And I had like the biggest issue with all of my boyfriends, like, well, you're obviously gay, and you obviously like your friends, so F off from my life, because I don't want to be with a gay man. And then they would be like, what? I'm not gay. And I was like so convinced through these little things that people were gay. Anyway, so then I had this like complexity for such a long time. So who would have thought that that person is now going to be sitting here going, I wish I was a man so I could be gay. And the thing is, like, I don't know how YouTube works, and I don't know, like, and I don't want my videos to be taken down, even though I've said like way crazier things on this channel before, and none of them have been taken down. So I don't know how YouTube works, but I just want to actually sit here and explicitly tell you everything that they do. And I know that like some people, because I did it to my son, I told him explicitly what was happening in this book, and his face was mortified. And I said to him, like, I don't want to like encourage you or anything, so I don't really want to tell you. He was like, no, you're not going to encourage me, it's fine, just tell me. And then I told him, and then like the more I told him, the more his face was like, and then by the end of it, he was like, well, mummy, just to be clear, I don't want to do those things. And I said, are you sure? And he was like, oh, sure, I'm sure I don't want to do those things. And I was like, oh, why do I want to do those things then? And I think it's because I am like overly sexual, and I think that these scenes between men are extremely sexual. And I think like maybe as a female, like to have a penis going inside me, I think means something too emotional, because I wasn't emotionally attached. And I don't know what happened. I became in love with gay sex. In a span of a week, I am in love with gay sex, gay relationships. But I'm not talking about like the feminine ones, the feminine gay men. These men here, the two main characters, they are not feminine. Maybe one of them is a little bit camp. Both of them are very masculine. You know, they talk in a man masculine way. They go to the gym, like, because one of them is bi and one of them is straight. And then the bi one obviously goes after the straight guy, and then the straight guy ends up being not straight whatsoever. And then he's actually gay, and then they end up like being together. And it's just the enticement of it. Like when because the bi guy, he's like this like really hench man with like long hair, and he wears his hair in a ponytail, and he's like muscular, and he's a bit of a crazy person. He goes after the straight guy, and then the straight guy it's like, I'm not gay, leave me alone. And then straight away, I'm just like, just carry on trying to push him, like carry on trying to go after him, like, because he's acting weird. Therefore, I don't think he is straight the way he's saying he's straight. Anyway, so he pushes. And then one time, like, he pushes him into an alleyway. Oh my God. And then that was the beginning of me falling in love. But what happened in the alleyway? And again, I don't know how explicit I can be. I just want to be explicit, yeah. And actually, do you know what? I am going to be explicit, but I'm not going to say all of the words, but I'm going to say thing and stuff, yeah. They went down the alleyway. Why is this so embarrassing to me? I don't know what it is. Maybe it's my obsession with the penis as well, because I am a bit obsessed with it. And I think it's like so handsome and so pretty, and I want to touch it. And I haven't touched one for such a long time, like maybe about 3 years I haven't touched one. So then maybe that's the problem that I'm having and why I've become so obsessed with it, yeah. But anyways, the bi guy pushed the straight guy down the alleyway, and he's like, what are you doing? Don't touch me. And he's like all angry and stuff. And then he starts to like kiss him down his neck and like bite him. And then bear in mind, they're two masculine men, right? So then the straight guy, like, it's not really pushing him away, because obviously that's what happens when you want something, you don't push them away. So then he's pushing himself onto him, kissing down his neck, and then he like starts biting all these places that he's been dreaming on biting. The straight guy starts to make noises, and then he starts to like rub his gene area on the straight guy's gene area. So then they kind of like start dry humping, and then straight away I'm like, oh, here we go. Because straight away I got turned on, like, what? You're rubbing each other, are you? Anyway, so then the bi guy puts his hand down there on the straight guy and then starts rubbing him. But then he unzips him and then he unzips himself. I'm so sorry that some people find this so offensive, and I find it so attractive. And then some people are like, why are you talking about this? This is private. Why is this private? It's the most beautiful thing ever. It's so beautiful. Why is this private? And stop making it private. Anyways, I'm shouting right now. So then he unzips himself and the guy, and then he starts to rub his thing on the other guy's sting. So then they start not so dry humping, because obviously you got the pre-liquid and maybe any other liquid you want to add to it. So then they start humping each other raw. Point is that they were rubbing with each other, and I was I got interrupted by the plane there, but I was so turned on by that scene of Thingy rubbing on Thingy with no clothes on, standing up. So then he does that, and he's still trying to like deny that he's gay, and he's just like, I don't understand what happened. I lost control, but he's not really admitting it to himself, like what really happened. So then they end up getting into a habit of doing things and then meeting each other. Well, the bi guy, he's like stalking him a lot, so then he kind of like pushes himself onto him, but then the straight guy starts to like it and stuff, and then the bi guy says like, I want to be inside you. And then I'm like, here we go, because this is the part that I don't understand, because like it just hurts for me. So here we go. Turns out and I should know this, and I think I've heard it and I didn't know that if it was true or not, that the male has something up his bum that if you hit it, it's pleasurable. And I forgot what it's called, and I know people out there would know what it's called, but it's this thing inside, and if you hit it, it becomes pleasurable. And also, I didn't know this, even though my cousin has told me about this already. You could definitely have male on male sex in missionary. Anyway, so then he lays the straight guy on the bed, and then he goes on top of him, and then he enters his back from the front like missionary, and then he doesn't even penetrate the straight guy, and then he ends up like ejaculating in that position. The point is that they were in missionary, and he ejaculated, and he has pleasure up the backside. And then one other time they will do missionary again, but this time the bi guy was using his hands to please the straight guy while he was entering him in his back. It was just all really like so attractive and hot. And I think it's because it was like, because they both were masculine, and they both had deep voices, and they both were like really pretty in the face, and then they both had like nice looking penises, because that's what the book says. The bi guy, when he would like use his hand on the straight guy, he would be a bit rough, and the straight guy liked it. And then that made me think, like, do some people prefer like roughness? And the woman, she's so naturally soft that she doesn't have that aggressiveness, even though some women might. And he liked the aggressiveness of like how hard it was. Anyways, and then another time, like, he was using his thumb and then closing the foreskin over it and doing something with his thumb, and then he would like expose the crown, but then he would put crown on crown together. And then there's just so many creative things that you could do with the man that I didn't think about or know about. And then as soon as I'm knowing about it now, I'm just so jealous, and I just want to have one, and I want to do it. And it's so funny because I fancy the guy who's receiving. I don't fancy the guy who's giving, which is weird. If I was to be in somebody's shoes, I would be in the giving guy's shoes, so then I could have the receiver guy. So then I was jealous, because even like with female and female, if we're standing up in the alleyway, we can't really, because scissoring, you have to be kind of laying down, and scissoring is the only thing. And for me, scissoring is not as exciting as the other one. The other one is like, what? That just looks so nice. I'm so sorry if you hate this image, but I don't hate the image. I absolutely love it. And then also it's like, Nayna, why don't you just go watch it then? It's like, I don't want to watch it. I want to be it. And for me, it's not good enough to watch it. And also, if I had a boyfriend, I would be too scared that if I asked him to do that, like with his friend or whatever, so I could watch, I'd be scared that they'd end up having an affair and falling in love, because these men, they're absolutely in love with each other. And then they start becoming all like kissy, and then they cuddly, and then it's so beautiful. And I'm just kind of embarrassed that I didn't have this perspective before. And I would think like, I don't understand what gay pleasure is. I don't understand any of it. And now I do. Thanks very much. I do. And I'm jealous, and I need to get out of this jealousy. So I do think that maybe this is happening in my life. Do you know what? I need to stay away from saying it's meant to be, because I don't know what's meant. I don't know any of that. I don't understand it. But what this is bringing me is that it's bringing me even more sacredness, because now I'm even more sacred. What I'm saying is that I'm starting to see the male body even more in a sacred way. But I just also feel like I'm just leaving my female body behind, and I need to not do that. But at this moment, I'm finding the male body extremely sacred, which is just pissing me off, because like this whole entire time in the 2,000 years that have gone by, like men have been ruling, you know, they're not too much emotional intelligence. And it's like, how are you leading this world and you can't even read other people properly? These men, and they've been worshipped, and they've been like, oh yeah, you're so special, and you get to have 4 wives, and the 4 wives are going to be jealous, but don't worry about it. Like the men has been made to be so special, and my theory now is just like supporting that, and I don't want it to support that. I don't want that. Like that we have to be equals in this world. And at the same time, like, why is it that all of the really pretty men are gay, but all of the really pretty women are not? And maybe it's because kinky is like, you know, outside of the normal. I'm just thinking, yeah, that song, like, mommy don't know that it's getting hot at the body shop, doing something unholy. I'm just getting this image. And if he was there having sex with another woman, I don't think it's so naughty and it's not unholy. But if he's there rubbing his thing on another man's thing, then it's like, it's so naughty. And is that why? Is that why it's so enticing? Because of how naughty it is? And why is it that the female on female doesn't seem so naughty? And is it because we've just had such a long history of normalizing women and women, normalizing heterosexual relationships, and then not normalizing the man on the man? And so then it's so far reached and so like naughty. But that naughtiness is making my heart like flip. I wish I could be naughty like that. I wish I had one so I could go around doing stuff like that, because it's so naughty and so exciting to go hide somewhere and rub your thing on another thing. It's so naughty and attractive, and I want to do it. Maybe I will be happy with if I was in a cupboard with the 2 of them and I was there watching. Like maybe I would be happy with that. I don't know why I put them in a cupboard. No. Regardless, I'm starting to see it as sacred. The body may was sacred. I just want to touch it. But also now, and maybe it's helping me, because now I want to be sacred. It's like, can I, you know, have a sculpted body? I'm just quickly finishing this video and then I'll be done. Sorry, my son just interrupted me there, so I don't even know what I was talking about. So I have to be as special as the man. So, oh yeah, I was talking about sculpted body, because how do I get a sculpted body? I don't know how to get a sculpted body, but I want to sculpt my body. I want my body to be like, whoa, that's such a sculpted body, just like these people in the books. Yeah, I'm just really inspired right now. So what I think I got from all of this year is that the male on male relationship is sacred. It is as sacred as a female male relationship. And now that I've read this book, nobody can tell me different. And I'm not really interested, like I said, in the ones who are just like feminine. I'm just interested in the ones who don't really show it, but then behind closed doors they're all about it. But anyways, it is beautiful. And now I need to make the woman as beautiful in my head. And even if it's woman on woman, like it has to be as beautiful, because this is so attractive, and the woman needs to be the same. I just need to get back onto the male and the female relationship and become obsessed with that again, because I'm never going to have a penis. And also I like to be a woman, actually. No, I want to be a man, but I want to be a woman. I want to be a man, but I want to continue who I am today. And I'm just happy that I could just be happy for them now. And I was saying to my mum, like, if I could imagine 2 feminine males over there together, like, I'm not really interested. I'll just look away. But if I see like 2 masculine males, I'll be like, what are you 2 doing? I'll be like so intrigued. What do you 2 get up to? Let me watch. Tell me about it. It's completely taken over my life. I need to change this, because I have a vagina. Maybe that's why some women have one going on each hole, because they're so like obsessed with it, and they just want one like everywhere. So then they have like 3 of them in all of the holes possible at the same time. They're just so obsessed with it. And imagine, yeah, I'll say something like that. Somebody will hear that and they'll be like, that's so disgusting. You're a whore. Like, what? 3 men at a time? Why is the earth got such small little brains where you would say stuff like that when really it's a work of art? Like, it's art. It's beautiful. Like, if there's a woman with 3 men and she's being filled by 3 penises, that is art. That is beautiful art. Because isn't she lucky that she's got 3 of them at the same time? I feel like everything is so backwards in that respect. I don't know, everything is kind of backwards, but I'm just interested and I'm happy that I've gotten to this place, and now I just need to get over this obsession and get back to my vagina and worshipping my own vagina. And maybe that's what I need to do. I need to start worshipping it. And then I'll be like, no, the penis is not better than you, darling. Don't worry about it. I'm sorry I thought it for a second. Don't worry about it. Yes, we love it, but it's not better. We just love it. If you're interested, the book is called God of Fury. Please don't be fooled. The book is not about gods. And I wish she didn't name it about gods, because I picked up the book thinking it was about gods. It's not about gods. They're all humans. God of Fury, book 5 in the series of Legacy of Gods. And if you don't want to read all of them, you don't need to. You could just read this one if you want. So you could be awakened. Do you know what? I don't know how I feel about this. Maybe I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know if I should finish this thought yet. Maybe I should experience being in a 3-way relationship where the 2 men are intimate, because all of the female to female is always, in the past, it's been the same with the man. Like the man, there's always one feminine and one masculine, and same with the woman, there's always one feminine and one masculine. That's always made me feel like, isn't that just you trying to copycat what is really there? So then I never understood it, because it's like, why is one of you masculine, one of you female? Aren't you just pretending to be the real thing? So I don't understand that. And now I don't have that image anymore because of 2 masculine. So then I want to know what 2 proper pretty female girls being together, and usually that would just be them messing around anyway, and they would just say it as they, oh, I'm practicing with my friends, and oh, I'm just practicing. And I don't know if they would fall in love with each other the way that these 2 are, but that's what I'm interested in. You got the perfected version of a woman, and now bring those 2 together, 2 of them, and then make them do things with each other. And that's what I want. I don't want it to be like this man woman who acts like a man, talks like a man, looks a bit like a man, doing things with another female. I'm not interested in that. How does it look like where 2 really pretty girls are actually in love with each other? The way that 2 very handsome henchmen are in love with each other. How does that look like? And that's what I'm interested in. And these 2, they definitely don't miss females. Okay, I'm going to stop talking, because otherwise I'm going to keep going around in circles here. But what I'm saying is I'm in love with the gay men and the gay sex where they're masculine and they're doing it. And also I wish all of the pretty gay men who are a little bit masculine like this and they're not really feminine or anything and they're really pretty in the face, can you not be gay? Because I'm jealous and I want you to myself. I don't want you to fancy a man, and I don't want you to be rubbing your thing on his thing. I mean, I do. I want you to do that. I do, but I want to watch it. But then I'm going to be jealous. So then I'm in a rabbit hole. I told you I'm in a rabbit hole. I need to get out of this rabbit hole. Okay, I will see you next time, hopefully to empower the vagina. I will see you next time. Okay, goodbye.